Good morning, good morning. Good morning on this Wellness Wednesday. How y'all doing? Make sure you take your medication. Don't do like me. This is your med check reminder for this Wednesday morning. Don't do like me and forget your medications with your ADHD. Take your medicine. Stay medicated. How's everybody doing today? Hey, shaker, shaker, shaker. I love the fact that it's catching on, Room Shaker, that I call you Shaker, and now everybody else starting to call you Shaker. I love it. I've been calling you that forever, ever now. Ever, 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 ever. It's starting to catch on. I've been hearing people doing it. Shaker, shaker, shaker. Yeah, they've been doing my thing. You know that's my thing. That's the Charlie way. But yeah, on this Wellness Wednesday, we got a couple different things we could talk about. Um, so I was sitting there thinking about, mental health and all that. That's a giant topic, and the different things that maybe my subscribers may be going through, whether it be bipolar, ADHD, be a neurodivergent, team neurodivergent. What? Um, or just recently, I had saw that an actual pretty big YouTuber that's in the gaming community, named Jacksepticeye. He plays games and stuff, right? He got diagnosed with autism recently. All these years, he thought he had ADHD. Um, and, he actually got his diagnosis. That's the thing about, you know, um, mental health and different disorders. You can really be misdiagnosed so simply by somebody missing out on something, right? My two cousins were both diagnosed for years with ADHD. Come to find out, they are on the autism spectrum disorder. One of them has slower learning, pretty much. Not that they can't learn, it's just that they learn at a slower pace. They progress at a slower pace. So even though they're 20 something years old now, they have that mindset of a teenager, right? The other one has no learning disability, and is progressing normally and has progressed normally, but he has what they call violent autism, right? And if he's not medicated, like when he was 5 years old, in kindergarten, he stabbed his teacher in the hand with a pair of scissors. Violent autism is actually a thing, and a lot of people don't know about it. We're also not sure if neither one of the children were born extremely early. And a lot of times, children being premature, they do wind up with different health conditions because of it. But we're not exactly sure what, led to theirs. Their mother did have them later in life, so that could be a possibility. I don't know why my dog, y'all hear my dog over there going, "Ow." I don't know why he's doing that. I guess I have one dog, y'all. His name's Bruiser. And if you shut a door, even if he's laying down chilling and he's asleep and you shut the door on him, he cannot stand shut doors in a house. He has to be able to see everything. He cannot. Now, my other dog, Boomer, as long as he's up here by me, he don't care. He don't care what anybody else is doing as long as he's laid down to sleep. He don't care. And Bailey, she's the same way. As long as she's got somebody to cuddle with, she don't care. But Bruiser cannot stand, but like you have to leave the door cracked if he's in the room with you. Even if you don't leave it open, you have to leave it cracked. He freaks out. And so I can't never keep my bedroom door shut, y'all. And that's why sometimes y'all hear other people in the house and whatnot, because the dog dictates whether or not I can shut my own room door. Yes, he is that spoiled. He's a spoiled little baby. And he knows it too. That's the bad part. But anyway, so on this Wellness Wednesday, I'm going to right quick show, because mental health is a big thing, and it really does go for a lot of different things. I'm going to screen share right quick the hotline numbers for anybody who may or may not need mental health crisis help. You can dial 988 Mental Health Emergency Hotline. In July of 2022, a universal mental health crisis line launched nationwide. Calling 988 will connect you to a crisis counselor regardless of where you are in the United States. Of course, you can always call 911. We know that. National Alliance of Mental Illness, NAMI, NAMI, helpline 1-800-950-NAMI, or text helpline to 62640. Both services available between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. In October of 2023, NAMI launched a teen and young adult helpline for nationwide peer support and resource referrals. Text FRIEND to 62640. Chat at NAMI.org/talk to us. Call 1-800-950-6264. Available Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They also have a national domestic violence hotline, 1-800-799-7233. National Suicide Prevention Hotline. As y'all, can y'all see it well enough? I'm hoping, let me try to make this a little bit bigger for y'all. Hey, Red Wings. Yeah, I think he might have been incarcerated in a previous life, Red Wings, because he's like, no more locked doors, gracias. He is. He's like that. He's like, no more locked doors. He can't stand the locked doors, gracias. Let me try to zoom this in just a little so people can see the numbers better. And we're going to scroll down now that y'all can see it better. So you can see, I'm going to scroll slowly. And you can pause this video if you have a specific hotline you need to call. Also, in this website, they also have different, the Veterans Crisis Line. They have the International Suicide Prevention Directory to find help. The Native Helpline. Here is the Find a Therapist Online. This is for Canada's helpline. The UK and the Republic of Ireland. Here's their helplines. I'm scrolling real slow so that y'all can see this. This is for Argentina, Spain, Australia, South Africa. These are y'all's helplines for prevention if you're having a mental health crisis. New Zealand. I'm scrolling very slow so that y'all can see. Germany. These are y'all's hotline numbers. France. I'm also going to drop this link to this specific website because it has all the information that anyone would need from all over the world. Italy. Serbia. Mexico. Japan. Brazil. India. Okay, that is the what they have on this website. I am going to drop this website's link for anybody who is curious. Let's say you're having a mental health crisis right now or know somebody that might be. This might be a helpful thing to have for other people. I just wanted to put this up there for anybody who may or may not be having a mental health crisis at this moment. Those are all the numbers and things you can do to reach out to get help. Hey, Miss Tracy. Hey, Red Wings. So I was pretty much putting out the information for, the helplines for people, because this is Wellness Wednesday and mental health is a huge thing, but Wellness Wednesday doesn't just talk about wellness when, about mental health. We can talk about diabetes, heart disease. If there's something that is near and dear to you in your heart, or something you may be going through and you would like for me to do more research on it for you, or to inform the public about what you're going through, or what it encompasses, so people can understand it more. I'd be more than willing to do that at any time on these Wellness Wednesdays. And if you would ever want to hit the link to tell about your personal story of what you go through with your wellness, right, and whatever diseases you have, you can also hit me up and let me know that. I was just putting that out there for the world to know, because I think that education and knowledge of things is a huge thing. Like, a lot of people don't know, like I've said before, my son has mild cerebral palsy, right? And cerebral palsy affects each person differently. A lot of people, when they hear the word cerebral palsy, they automatically think that the person may have a learning disability, may have this, may have that, and they don't know what cerebral palsy really is. Okay, so I'm going to give a breakdown from my knowledge, because I am a cerebral palsy advocate. Obviously, my brother who passed away had it. My brother that passed 20 years ago, he had moderate to severe. It's actually classified into 3 different forms, right? Mild, moderate, and severe. He had the most severe form that you could have. Now, cerebral palsy does affect every person who has cerebral palsy in different ways. They can also have compounding other disorders with their cerebral palsy. What cerebral palsy is that it is basically they're born with a little bit of brain damage, and or parts of the brain didn't develop as it should, or brain bleeding, which is what my son had. That's why he has a mild form of it. He was born with a slight brain bleed because of him being so premature. And we got lucky that's all he had, because it technically could have been a lot worse, him being born at 27 weeks. He wasn't fully developed, if you think about it, all the way. I mean, he was, but there was a lot of things still in development when he was born. He was supposed to still stay in the womb for 3 more months, but he popped out early like, whoop, whoop, I'm ready. I'm ready. That's what he said. He said he was ready, child. He was ready to come out this world when he said he was ready. But so his is just spasticity. So basically he had to have surgery because his ankles locked in place. He looked like he would walk around like a little ballerina, is what I used to call him, my little ballerina, because he walked on his tippy toes. Because basically what happens is a lot of kids with cerebral palsy have muscle spasms, right? And it causes those the ligaments in your legs and arms to get really spastic and really tight, right? And that's the main thing that affects cerebral palsy. But some kids with cerebral palsy also do have mental, intellectual disabilities, or I like to say, y'all know I like to say different abilities, and it does affect every person differently depending on it. Now, I knew a kid that was in there with my son when he was in, therapy, where my son had hypertonia, which is too much. He had hypothermia, which means too little. So, basically, my son's legs and ligaments were too tight and his ligaments were too loose. So they had to put braces on for both kids, but it was two different diseases. I don't know if y'all know about what AFO braces are. AFO braces are a brace for the legs that literally is molded to the child's legs. And it's not like the old school way. It is really cool the way they do it nowadays. They make a cast of the child's legs, and then they send that off, and they take this hard plastic and they make a mold of it so it perfectly fits the child's feet, right? Perfectly fits the child's feet. My son's first pair of he stopped having to have braces on his legs after he had his surgery. But before his surgery, we had went through at least 4 or 5 pairs of braces, and those braces are not cheap. Let's just say 2,000 to 3,000 a pair. They're not cheap because they are, they're like it's like $1,000 or $2,000 for each pair of braces on his legs. His first pair, he chose Scooby-Doo braces. His second pair, I know that his third and fourth pair, he chose the American flag ones because he just liked them. And he was getting a little older and didn't want like the cartoon character on it. I think his second one, he did, what was it? It was, I'm trying to remember what the second one was. Why can't I remember it? Because we went through so many different times of him getting braces on his legs. Because you got to imagine a child's feet and legs grow, right? When they grow. Now, they do make the pair where it will last for a while. Like the first pair doesn't last as long as the second and so forth. Because a child does stop growing as quickly at a certain point. So, the braces do last a lot longer. The last 2 pairs he had, he chose he went with the American flag color one. He liked the way it looked. He liked the aesthetic of it. But the very first pair he had was he chose Scooby-Doo, and then they got rid of the Scooby-Doo. And the second one, I think he ended up choosing like this. It was like this night sky one on his second one, and it was a blue pair. And I think his fourth pair, he just chose a solid color and did different color straps, because they can actually choose to customize their braces for their legs. And it makes it really fun for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to wear it. And ultimately it does, good morning, MU love. Good morning, Tay Bay. Ultimately, the braces do make a difference, in kids and where they have to wear them all the time. You want them to be able to enjoy it. So it's really cool what they do if you ever go to one of those places. I loved his brace lady. Her name was Miss Becky. She was a godsend. I loved her, and Alex loved her. I just totally said my son's name. I apologize. I'm so sorry. But pretty much he loved her. She was a good lady. She was a good lady. She was a really good lady, and she did amazing work with him. But I do believe on mental health and, physical health. We need to take care of ourselves at all times. Make sure you get tested, get your blood work done at least once a year. Don't just get a regular CBC done once a year. Get a CBC with differential. Let me explain to you why. A regular CBC encompasses a few things, right? It does do a little bit of your blood work, I'm not lying, but a CBC with differential is a huge breakdown. It checks a lot of things. It also checks your enzymes levels for your liver, and you want to keep that checked. You want to keep your kidney function checked, see what your bilirubin is in your blood, because if your bilirubin goes up, that means that your liver enzymes are leaking into other things. You want to have your white blood cell count checked. You know what I'm saying? And your red blood cell count for anemia. Because a lot of people deal with anemia. Even if it's like MU, the situation that you went through with anemia, right? If you hadn't have got that checked at that time, MU may not be here with us no more. So thank God MU got that checked. Thank God she took care of her health. Always remember, health is wealth. Take care of yourselves. If you feel off or something feels different with you, or if you feel extremely tired for no reason whatsoever, like you got plenty of sleep that night, you've been taking care of yourself, and you just feel exhausted for days on end, please get checked. That is your body's sign of saying something is wrong. And a lot of diseases can make you feel extreme tiredness and fatigue, right? So please get yourself checked. I've been seeing also that a lot of people are getting sick right now. Now I know I'm just getting over a cold. I got it, I'm still having a little bit of a cough, but it's almost gone, It's just a little bit of phlegm still left in my lungs, right? But I will say this for Mr. J. Wilson, for Roe, Honest Roe, if you watch this, there is something you can do for your cold that's an old Southern remedy. I don't know if you know about it, but I'm going to teach you about it. Some of us Southern folk and the people in the chat going to tell you they heard about this before. Now, first, I will say get you some vitamin C, get you some elderberry extract, magnesium and zinc. It's going to help you, boost up your immune system. You need to boost your immune system right now so it can help you fight it. But us old Southern people, we have a little thing that we take called a hottie toddy. Okay. And a hottie toddy, you get a brown liquor. It has to be a brown liquor. There's something to do with the properties of a brown liquor. Okay. You want to use a brown liquor. It is the best to use a brown liquor. Now you can use a white liquor, but it's best to use brown. I don't know what it is. It's something to do. You want a high alcohol content also. Like you want some Jack Daniels or some George Dickel or something like that. Jack Daniels is one of the best to make it with, in my opinion. You take a little bit of Jack, you put it in a pan, you warm it. You do not let it boil. You do not want the alcohol boiled out of the alcohol. You just want it to where it's barely, where it's starting to warm up and you start seeing a little steam from it. If you start seeing bubbles, turn the heat down on your pan. You put it in like a little saucepan or a little boiler, right? And if you ever start seeing bubbles in it, turn it down. It's too high. You want it on about medium to low heat. Brandy is also good. Yes, Red Wings. Brandy is also good, like some good Parmesan. Get you some peppermints. It is best to kind of crush them up a little bit because they'll melt faster if you can crush them. If not, just put them in the pan. They'll melt eventually, right? Get you quite a few peppermints, like quite a bit, not just like if you can, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 peppermints. You know what I'm saying? Like you want quite a bit of peppermint in this. There's a reason for it. Put that in there, right? You stir that up. You let that peppermint completely melt. You want it melted completely in the alcohol. Turn off the heat. Once the peppermints are melted, start letting it cool down a little bit. Put you a shot of lemon juice for the vitamin C, and take some honey, 2 to 3 teaspoons of honey, and put it in there and mix it in while it's still warm, but not extremely hot. You don't want to get rid of the properties of the honey either, but you do want it to kind of melt in so it becomes one pretty much. Then all you do while that's cooling, you want to breathe in the vapors of that. You want to breathe it in. It's going to help clean out your sinuses. It's going to help your lungs out, clean out your lungs a little. Breathe it in. Breathe in the smell, right? Bring in the smell. It's going to help you with that peppermint and everything. It's going to open up your sinuses. And then you drink it after it cools down a little bit, because you don't want to drink if it's too hot and you don't want to burn your mouth or nothing like that. Then you go lay down in a bed. Wrap yourself up. Get you a fan, because you're going to need it. You're going to need a box fan or something blowing on you so you can breathe, okay? Because you're going to get hot when this happens, but there's a reason for it. Wrap yourself up like a burrito in the blankets. Now, I'm going to tell you this. In the morning, you're going to have to change your blankets and change your sheets, because you're going to sweat, and you're going to sweat out every toxin in your body, and your sheets are going to be wet when you wake up in the morning from you sweating. So you're going to need to wash your sheets or have you an extra set of sheets and blankets ready is what I'm saying. Because you're going to sweat, baby. You know what I'm saying? You're going to sweat real bad. But I promise you by morning, you're going to feel so much better. And it really does work. I had a cold. I was a very sickly child, right? And I was about 8 or 9. And my dad normally would never do this. But I had been taking every antibiotic. The doctors were giving me everything to try to make me better, right? And it was going on 3 weeks that I was sick. And my daddy said, you know what, Candace, I'm fixing to make her a hottie toddy. Don't say nothing. And my mom was like, but she's too young to be drinking it. And my dad said, shut up. I'm doing this. They killing her. I'm going to make her better. And he did that. And child, by the next morning, I was jumping up and running around and acting like a fool. I was having a fun old time. My mama had to make me sit down because I was still coughing a little bit, you know, trying to get all the mucus out of my lungs. But I was running around like a little fool. I was feeling great the next morning. I was feeling good. I'm telling you, it works hotty toddy every time. A hotty toddy does work every time. It really does. So I'm just saying. The hood table, you right. You call them hot toddies and not hot toddies instead of hottie toddies. We call them hottie toddies. I don't know why, or I do at least. But yeah, it's whiskey, peppermint. Now y'all use tea. We don't put tea in it. We just use whiskey, peppermint, lemon, and honey. Now, some people use the tea. Some people do put the tea in there, but we never did use the tea. We just it's a lot of peppermint though. You know, and every person has a different way they make theirs, if that makes sense. Like some people will use straight up the regular peppermint. Some people will use the peppermints that are like what are they, like the green peppermints and the red peppermints, and like mix it up, you know. So each person has a different way they like to make it. I've even heard some people saying they like to put a little cinnamon in it. And I've heard some people say they like to put a little bit of turmeric or something else in there. I myself just keep it simple: whiskey, peppermint, lemon, honey. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to taste the best. I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to taste the best necessarily. You know, if you're not like a drinker and you don't like the taste of liquor, it's not going to taste the best. It's going to be really pepperminty, really, really strong liquor. And it, you know, the honey gives it a tiny bit of sweetness, but not really. And, you know, the lemon juice does its own thing. It's not going to be the best flavor you ever tried, but it's going to help you. Good morning, Miss Jill. Yeah, we never did use the tea part of it, the hood table, but I bet that would be a good thing because, I mean, some teas do have good healing properties. But, you know, we just use whiskey, peppermint, and lemon and honey. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do with our hottie toddies. And, but yeah, they work. They work. I'm going to tell you something. When you've tried and when you've exhausted every resource to try to take, like you've been on every antibiotic known to man and nothing seems to help, that will help. Now, I'll tell you something else that'll help. If you're having congestion in your chest, get you a big boiler. You don't want a little one. You want one like you would make chili in, one of them big old huge boilers. Put some hot water in it, get to boiling. Take you a little bit of mint or something like that, or put you a little my mom used to do this. What is that? Vicks Vapor Rub. Take you a little bit of Vicks Vapor Rub and put it in the water and let it start boiling down to where it gets that smell. Then take you a towel. And my mama used to lay me over her lap and do this. She'd lay me over her lap and she'd put my head above that steam. You know what I'm saying? And put that towel over my head so it would lock the steam in, and I would be breathing in the steam, and it would help me, you know, get that crud out of my chest and help me cough it up while she was patting my back while I was breathing in the steam. Now that worked. Nowadays they do have those Vicks hockey pucks If your shower gets hot enough, you can put it in the shower and whatnot. I don't know how well that works myself, but steam itself does. Yes, yes, them wet sheets in the morning feel awful, but it is so worth it. I tell people to always have your extra sheets and blankets ready, child, because it's you gonna sweat. You gonna sweat out all them toxins, every bit of it, and have you a good old fan right by your bed. Good morning, James. But it works. It works every time. But yeah, my mom used to make me lean over that pot and breathe in that vapor and pat my back to get up. Because y'all, I used to have one of those lingering coughs that would last for like months on end and make your chest hurt. You know the kind I'm talking about. You cough so much that your chest just gets sore. Yeah, I remember when they used to put the onions and the potatoes in the socks. Because they always said that your feet, and remember they used to also have that rule: you don't let babies go out in public. You don't let them go out in public with without socks on because your feet are porous and they open. And they used to say that back in the day that you couldn't let a baby go out in public without socks on because they could absorb things through the feet. You know, that's what the old school saying was, that the pores on your feet. Well, it is true that if you take a baby out and it's real cold and you don't have socks and a hat on them, you're letting all their body heat escape. Because the truth about the matter is, your body heat, the way you keep it in is through your feet and your head. And if you ever overheat, you put, like a wet rag on the back of your neck, and you can absolutely like wet your head with, water, and it will cool you down. That is absolutely 100% true. Your head does keep the heat in your body or regulate it and help regulate it, whether it be you be too hot or too cold. And that is doctor proven right there. You uploaded you some cigar reviews. Awesome. But yeah, so on this Wellness Wednesday, does anybody have a specific thing that I'm going to drop the link in the chat in case anyone else? And I've been doing these. Nobody has to. I'm just saying this out loud. I've been doing the little gold thing because I don't understand it. But you don't have to give to the gold thing if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I thought I don't understand what it is. This is a new thing that YouTube's rolling out. So I'm just playing around with it. All right. That's all I'm saying. But that's just something. I as long as people are here and chilling, I'm cool with that. Y'all know me, all support is appreciated over here in the Charlie's, my angels, my angels. And I do thank every person who has become a member, because that helps the channel grow. But when it comes to Wellness Wednesday, we talk about anything wellness related, anything that you can think of that you want to talk about, we could talk about. Let me make sure that I add the I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying this morning. I'm half out of it. I couldn't sleep good last night. See, what it ended up happening with me was that every time I tried to move, I have a dog and he loves the ground I walk on, and he tries to be up my butt at all times. He's over here right now by me, and I love him to death. I love my boom boom. That's my baby, right? But he decided last night that he was going to push against my back, right? And I couldn't hardly move. And here's the thing, I have to move in my sleep. Like, I have to roll around because I can't stay in one position for too long or my body goes to hurting. I have a bad back. I have, spinal issues that I've had since I was 15 years old. It came from a wreck. That was not by my choice. And then I had one a year later, right after that messed up my neck and the top of my spine. So be careful letting your kids ride school buses is all I'm going to say. School buses are actually, the school bus can take a licking and keep on ticking, but because of those two wrecks on a school bus, now I have, physical pain and physical hurt for the rest of my life. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Just be very careful. With your children, and everything. And then chronic pain is a thing that a lot of people go through. And I deal with it. I will say that chronic pain can also cause high blood pressure and can cause, somebody else was talking about it in this sector a while back. And I wanted to talk to him about it. I forgot who it was. Oh, I think it might have been Miss Lovely Love. She was talking about how she had her pulse rate would stay high. Now, I've had that issue my entire life. My pulse rate has always stayed anywhere from 100 to 115, and that's my normal resting pulse rate. My normal resting pulse rate is always that, because my ADHD was not medicated and I stayed hypertensive because of that, plus the pain when I wasn't medicated for the pain, right? You add that together, my pulse rate was always high. There were times that I used to give blood when the blood mobile would come to the schools and stuff, and I never was able to give plasma. I don't know if you know this, but your pulse rate has to be under 100 to give plasma. That's what they told me back in the day. And there was one time I couldn't even give blood because my pulse rate was over 115. And if your pulse rate's over 110, you're not allowed to give blood. Now, I don't know why. I think it's maybe because the blood pumps too fast or something else. I'm not exactly sure. But I got denied giving blood because of that as a kid, because my pulse rate was always so damn high. But having that, it's called, you have trachycardia and what's bradycardia. I'm actually gonna look that up and I'm gonna show y'all. Trachycardia is a medical term, which is what I've had pretty much my entire life, and was just, is a medical term for the heart rate over 100 beats per minute. Many types of irregular heart rhythms called arrhythmias can cause trachycardia. A fast heart rate isn't always a concern. For instance, the heart rate usually rises during exercise or as a response to stress. Trachycardia may not cause any symptoms or complications, but sometimes it's a warning of a medical condition that needs attention. Some forms of trachycardia can lead to serious health problems if left untreated. Such problems may include heart failure, stroke, or sudden cardiac death. Treatment for trachycardia may include specific actions or movements, medicine, cardioversions, or surgery to control a rapid heartbeat. Types. There are many different types. Let me make sure that's up on screen so y'all can say I forgot to check this. There are many different types of trachycardia. Sinus trachycardia refers to unusual increase in the heart rate, often caused by exercise or stress. Other types of trachycardia are grouped according to the cause, the part of the heart causing the fast heart rate. Common types of trachycardia caused by irregular heart rhythms include if I could speak this morning, atrial fibrillation, also called AFib. This is the most common type of tachycardia. Chaotic, irregular electrical signals start in the upper chambers of the heart, called the atria. These signals trigger a fast heartbeat. AFib may be temporary, but some episodes won't end unless treated. Atrial flutter. Atrial flutters are similar to AFib, but heartbeats are more organized. Episodes of atrial flutter may go away by themselves or may need treatment. People who have atrial flutter often have AFib at other times. Ventricular tachycardia. This regular heart rhythm starts irregular heart rhythm starts in the lower heart chambers called the ventricles. The fast heart rate doesn't let the ventricles fill and squeeze and pump enough blood to the body. Episodes may be brief and last only a couple seconds without causing harm, but episodes lasting more than a few seconds can be life-threatening. Supraventricular tachycardia, SVT. SVT is a broad term that includes irregular heart rhythms that start above the lower heart chambers. SVT causes episodes of pounding heartbeat that begin and end abruptly. Ventricular fibrillation. This is a serious condition and can be deadly if the heart rhythm isn't reset within minutes. Rapid chaotic electrical signals cause the lower heart chambers to quiver instead of squeezing in a coordinated way. Most people with this type of irregular heart rhythm have heart disease or have a serious injury, such as being struck by lightning. Symptoms. Some people with tachycardia have no symptoms. The fast heartbeat may be discovered when a physical exam or heart tests are done for another reason. In general, tachycardia may also cause these symptoms: racing, pounding heartbeat, flopping in the chest called palpitations, chest pain, fainting, lightheadedness, rapid pulse, shortness of breath. When to see a doctor. Seek immediate medical help if you have chest pain or discomfort, shortness of breath, weakness, dizziness or lightheadedness, fainting or near fainting. A type of tachycardia called ventricular fibrillation is an emergency that requires immediate medical attention. During ventricular fibrillation, blood pressure drops dramatically. The person's breathing and pulse stop because the heart is not pumping any blood to the body. This is also called cardiac arrest. The person usually falls down. It's also called a collapse. If you know someone this is happening to, call 911 or the emergency number. Start CPR. If you are not trained in CPR, worried about giving rescue breaths, then provide hands-only CPR. Push hard and fast on the center of the chest at a rate of 100 to 120 compressions a minute until paramedics arrive. Have someone get an automated external defibrillator if one is nearby. It's a portable device that pretty much does the rhythm for you. It delivers a shock to reset the heart rhythm. They do have those. Some people can get a hold of them. Tachycardia is an increased heart rate for a reason. If it's fast heart rate is caused by exercise or stress, it's called sinus tachycardia. Sinus tachycardia is a symptom, not a condition. Most heart conditions can lead to different forms of tachycardia, including heart rhythms called arrhythmias are one cause. An example of irregular heart rhythm is atrial fibrillation. Other things that may lead to tachycardia include fever, excessive alcohol use, alcohol withdrawal, too much caffeine, high or low blood pressure, changes in the level of minerals in the body called electrolytes. Examples include potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium. Certain medications, overactive thyroid called hyperthyroidism, a low number of red blood cells called anemia, smoking or nicotine use of illegal stimulants such as cocaine or methamphetamines, and heart attack. Sometimes the exact cause of tachycardia is not known. To understand the causes of tachycardia, it may be helpful to know how the heart usually works. There's trachycardia, and then there's bradycardia. I think it's called bradycardia, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I'm right, y'all, before I accidentally give out some wrong information, because y'all know I don't like doing that. Yep. And then we have bradycardia, which is also called is a resting heart rate under 60 beats per minute. While bradycardia can result from various pathological processes, it is completely a psychological response to cardiovascular conditions or due to a psychological response or asymptomatic type 1 atrial ventricular block. Resting heart rates less than 50 beats per minute are often normal during sleep in young and healthy adults and athletes. Bradycardia might also be associated with symptoms of fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and frank syncope due to reduced forward blood flow to the brain, lungs, and skeletal muscles. This type of symptom often depends on the etiology of the slow heart rate, classified by the autonomic location of the dysfunction with the cardiac conduction system. Generally, these classifications involve the broad categories of sinus node dysfunction, SND, So, that made me think about that. People with trachycardia and bradycardia, um, when you know that your heart feels different or anything feels different about yourself, please don't be ashamed or be afraid to go to the doctors. Take care of yourself, because here's the thing: even if you're trying to take care of us, how can you take care of everybody else when you're not taking care of yourself? You can't. If you're not taking care of yourself and you end up going down, then who's left to take care of them? So you got to think about yourself in order to take care of others, right? Because I know a lot of us try to take care of everybody else and stop thinking about ourselves. You got to do both. You got to stay on top of your health so you can be there to help them, right? Whether it be your parents, your mom, your dad, your kids, your loved one, your husband, your fur babies. You know what I'm saying? You got something or somebody in your life that needs you. Because our animals need us just as much as another human does. And so we have to take care of ourselves to take care of them. But yeah, that was I thought that was a good thing to think about. People with bradycardia ended up usually get a pacemaker because their heart rate's too low and it needs to be brought back up. Because basically your heart rate is the contractions your heart is making to pump the blood flow in your body, right? That's what your heart rate technically is. It's how fast or how slow the heart is moving. But yeah, so make sure, and in those conditions can also happen, as they said, with sinuses, with sickness. When you're sick, you can actually have trachycardia or bradycardia. That's why they call it sinus, and then you put either a bradycardia or trachycardia behind it. That can happen when you're sick on certain medications. You know what I'm saying? So that usually ends up being benign and going away. But if you have an arrhythmia or a dysfunction or something like that, or your ventricles are not working right, that's a little different. You may actually have to have medications or surgeries or something to help with the issue. Hey, CE, how are you doing? So with trachycardia and bradycardia, always just pay attention, because any of these things can actually cause heart dysfunction, and our heart is very important. It's a muscle in our body that has a very important function we all know about. Just like a lot of our organs in our bodies, we got to make sure we take care of them. We get one, sometimes two with the kidneys. We got two with the kidneys. But you don't want to have to deal with certain health conditions because of it. So please take care of yourself on today and all days. Take care of your mental health, your physical health. Pay attention to your body, the signs that it tells you, and the things that you need to do to take care of yourself. And I did show at the very beginning of this live the phone numbers for mental health. If you are having a crisis right now or anything's going on in your life, you might need to call one of those hotlines, because don't ever be ashamed to ask for help. Sometimes we need to seek help. Sometimes we need to speak to somebody else. Sometimes we're going through some things. You know what I mean? Sometimes we might need to go, you know what? I need help. I need to speak to somebody. And that's okay. Don't be ashamed, and don't be made to feel ashamed about seeking help for yourself, because you're actually doing one of the best things, and you're stronger than you think, just to step up and say, hey, I got a problem. I need help. If you're dealing with drug or alcohol addiction, don't be ashamed to seek help for it. Do what's best for you, right? Do what's best for your health and your wealth, because health is wealth, baby. Health is wealth. There ain't but a few things we get in this world, and health is one of them, baby, whether it be your mental health or your physical health. We already don't have a lot of time on this earth as it is, right? So why add to it by not taking care of yourself? In the Bible, there's a passage that says that your body is a temple and you should not mar your temple. Do you know what that means? That means pretty much you get one body and you better take care of that dang thing. You better, or you ain't gonna have your temple. Your temple gonna go bye. And we also have to worry about these things sometimes by no fault of our own because of aging. Your diet has a huge decision in your health. I've been on what they call a liver diet for many years now. So pretty much I don't really eat a lot of greasy foods. I try to cut back on those. I'm very picky and choosy when I do eat them. So I save it from my mama's fried chicken or her fried pork chops every once in a while. Cause baby, I love my fried pork chops and fried chicken. But I can't have it all the time, right? I'm not allowed to eat that. Like I can't go around eating that every single day, right? Because that would then cause liver dysfunction and cause a problem. So, we have to pay attention to our bodies and our health and even our mental health because it is very important. So please take care of yourself and make sure that, you think about those things when you think about, what you're putting into your body. Think about those things when you're trying to take care of others and you're putting so much stress on yourself and on your body. Remember, stress is the number one way to take yourself out of this world. Take a deep breath when you feel stressful or you feel anxiety. And you're not going to be able to get rid of all stressors because it's life, right? But what you can do when you notice that it's starting to get to you is take a step back, take a deep breath, and relax. Take a big old deep breath and go, I got this. Release the tension in your body. Allow yourself to, feel nothing at a moment. Clear your brain, clear your mind, and just sit there and concentrate on just your breathing and breathing in and breathing out. And I promise you that little 5 seconds of mental calmness will help you. It's not going to take away your stressor per se, but it'll help you take a moment to reflect and also to clear your mind to where you might be able to come up with a solution for the problem, right? If you take that moment to just, life can be hectic and things are moving and things are going crazy and things are coming from the left and things coming from the right. Take that moment to take a deep breath and relax. And take a moment to take a deep breath and sit down. God said sometimes be still. Be still. Sometimes we need to realize that. Be still. Sit down. Take that deep breath. Relax for a moment. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself time to process situations so you can think of solutions and things to help the situation. And, remember when the older you get, the more you have to stay on top of your health. When we was young, we were crazy, but even young people, that's like we were talking about over the hood table one day. She was talking about, a lot of these kids nowadays, when they're running around playing sports, their electrolytes and their salt and all this in their body drops to the point that they can either pass out or get really bad cramps and all this stuff. So nowadays, over in the sports world, they're keeping a pack of yellow mustard to help the kids, like when they start cramping up real bad and doing those things. Now, I always carry, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm doing physical labor outside, when I come back in from sweating so much, I always keep a little lemon juice mixed with salt, and I have it ice cold, and I drink it. And then usually we have sweet tea or some kind of sweet drink. A lot of people don't know this, but what did they put in your IV? It's a simple saline solution, right? What is saline? Salt. Look it up. It's literally salt water. Because when you are down your electrolytes, you need a little bit of salt and even a little bit of sugar in your electrolytes. You sweat out. That's why your sweat tastes, or if you ever accidentally got some in your mouth and you lick your lips once, it tastes salty, don't it? You're sweating out all your electrolytes and the salt in your body. And sodium actually is something you need to have. Not too much of it, just like anything. It's within excess. Just like you need magnesium, you need zinc, you have all these different vitamins and stuff and minerals in your body. You got to make sure that they stay level, not too much of one thing and not too little. You got to stay on a middle path. So just remember that on all days. And today, to take care of yourself, I'm probably going to end this early today because I'm just tired and I don't feel good, and I'm so sorry about that. But for anybody that's not feeling well today, I hope you feel better. I'm going to chill today. Normally I could go for 2 hours. I usually do, but I don't feel that well today. I'm tired. I don't know about y'all. I just feel like on this Wednesday, this hump Wednesday, I feel tired, y'all. I don't know what it is. I might need to go take a nap later or something. I'm not sure, but I am really tired. Like I didn't sleep well last night. The coffee ain't working. The coffee is not working this morning. I was hoping it would work, but it's totally not working. I am not waking up right now, and I've been awake for quite a few hours by now, and I still ain't woke up or felt halfway awake. So I am going to probably end here in a few minutes because I'm just too tired to function today. And I hope I did give some information that might be useful. Thank you all for being here. Those who showed up, those who hit the like button, all to my replay gang, sending you much love and much appreciation. I hope you all have an amazing day. Become a member today. We are going to be doing that game night soon. I am going to do the game night for the subbies too, so y'all can understand what the game is like. And then I do have, the Discord for the members only, so that we can watch movies in there and chill. Y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. I will see y'all out on these streets. Sending much love. If you don't see me, it's probably because I'm napping today. I'm just saying I need a whole nap. And my father-in-law is down right now from New York, so we've been really busy with things, with that situation. So I will see you all later in the holiday season. Happy holidays. Also, shout out, happy birthday, Auntie Donna. If y'all see Auntie Donna today, tell her happy birthday. I had heard it through the grapevine that today was her birthday. I heard it through the grapevine. How much longer would you be mine? Honey, honey, honey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Auntie Donna. Happy birthday to you. So, I heard through the grapevine. I hope I'm right. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to any of those who are having a birthday or have had a birthday this week or last week. Sorry if I didn't get to say happy birthday to you on your special day, because you should celebrate that day. That's the day that the Lord decided you was going to come into this world. And, we're blessed to have you. So, love y'all. I love you, my angels. Remember today and all days to take care of yourself. And take your damn medication, fool. All right. Bye, y'all.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't even go introduction, this with a best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain seat banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still, crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them rubberheads that be stanging round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue apartments from OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, saw blue a big Anthony Hughes and Pee.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm breaking my